So hello once again, welcome to Lightning TV, and I'm delighted to be sat here with co-owner of Milton Keynes Lightning, or one of 50% of the ownership, Graham Moody. Graham, first of all, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about the season just gone. It finished the other weekend in Cardiff. Amazing scenes, first of all, on the Saturday night. Absolutely sell out. We were having to turn people away, and there was no space available in the arena on Saturday.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, this is what you dream of. It's what we worked towards all season, and to finally get there at the last day of the season when we actually were full was just amazing. I mean, it was a really good atmosphere. I think people enjoyed themselves. It was a good game, and at the end of the day, we done it on a game that didn't really matter apart from pride and just going out there putting on a show for the fans. Last game of the season, and the players played their part as well and getting the result, which is really good.
So that was Saturday night, and on the following day, of course, a load of them then get up in the morning to go and jump on a couple of coaches to make the long journey down to Cardiff.
Yeah, I was amazed. I see the your Facebook Live video, and I was so jealous I didn't go. I should have gone. I went to watch my son play out in Bracknell, so I had a good day with him. But yeah, it looks amazing, and I hear the things I've heard, just amazing.
It was absolutely brilliant. It's the most surreal thing to be sat on a coach load of Pete Russells, because everybody had Pete Russell masks, but people didn't have them on the front of their faces; they had them on the back. So it's like every time you turned around or out the corner of your eye, it looked like Pete Russell wanted to say something to you, because it was that photo. Amazing send off. Yeah,
it's been. I mean, obviously, Pete, what he's done for the club is phenomenal. He's taken the club into the Elite League and set us in a really good position now to take the club forward, move forward. So yeah, it's been emotional, but it's been good.
It has been, yeah, it was certainly an emotional weekend. So we move on. So we're thinking about now into next season, the appointment of Doug McKay. Exciting times.
Yeah, obviously Doug's started working on recruitment and stuff like that, and helping us set up the structures for next season, sponsorship and stuff. So things are moving forward, and as you say, extremely excited. You talk to him; he's quite infectious as a person to speak to, and just full of ideas and full of excitement, really. So it's going to be exciting. I know speaking to a few players. He won't tell me yet which players is really speaking to.
He's not going to tell you until he tells you how much they're going to cost.
No. But obviously we know James Griffin's confirmed for next season. So it's lots of exciting things happening. So.
I know, going back to James as well, I know obviously Brits are important in the league, but it's it's absolutely key to get the right Brits, isn't it, to supplement the imports that you have got in this elite league.
The league is so competitive and so strong, and obviously you're allowed 14 imports. You can't play 14 players. It's not going to last the season. That's where we'll start getting injuries, which is kind of what happened to us this year. When you go down a few players or you get a few suspensions, the other players on the ice are having to work that much harder and they get injured, and that's just the way the league is. So you need to get a good core of British players. We've had it this year, with Boxall and Lewis Hook and James Griffin, Alex Forbes, and then Jordan Headley, obviously in the netminder situation. So we've had the players. It's just a case of building up what we have and just making it right.
A lot's been made of the fact that we suffer from injuries, and it's one of those things. I mean, you could people could accuse us of making excuses or not making excuses, but it's a fact of the matter is we suffered with those injuries. Do you kind of go into the next season now with a half a mind on having a contingency there to bring somebody in if you need to at very late notice, or do you just accept the status quo and think, actually, if it happens, it happens. There's not a great deal we can do about it.
Yeah, you've got to try and put things into place. What we've suffered from this year is lack of housing. That's the end of the day. You bring a player over, you've got the player's wages. Well, first of all, you've got to find the player. But then you find the player, you've got to then account for his wages. But then that's not it. You've got ITC cards, you've got the equipment, you've got housing, and the housing cost is just, if you need to take a house on, it's a deposit. It's normally a 6-month commitment, so it's not an easy option to do at certain points of the season. We've looked at the options of some short-term apartments they have in Milton Keynes, which we've had good discussions with. So I'm hoping that with one of them we'll be able to do some sort of deal. Obviously we've got the hotel, the Holiday Express, where we have a deal with. So it's just a case of seeing what we can do to correct that mistake this year and pretty right.
I kind of see it's a bit of a frustration, a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because I guess we're a bit like, injuries affect absolutely everybody. You've only got to see the likes of Fife when they came down; they were just decimated by injuries, and obviously Guildford lost a couple of players due to injury as well. And they're not as easy as some people think it is to actually replace them. And I guess double-edged sword being in Milton Keynes, because players want to come over here because I guess our locality is London, it's fairly central and everything else. But on top of that, then you've, like you say, you've got those increased costs, if you like, especially around the housing.
Yeah, well, Guildford will have it more than we'll have it here, to be fair.
Yeah.
But it's an issue. And as I say, it's just putting something in place that will allow us to get over that. And I think that for me, that's the key towards this summer, because we know you're going to get injuries. You're going to get injuries. You're going to get suspensions. Yeah. It's a fact. You know, I think probably all the teams, maybe Manchester, have got away with it a little bit this year without a lack of interest or lack of injury. Sorry, and you see where they are in the league. But it happens. It happens to all of us. Belfast, you know, another prime example. Start of the season, they had a few injuries and they were struggling early in the season, and they got players back and they were much stronger. So I think it's just a case of how you can fix it, and I think we're trying our best to sort of think of ideas, be creative in how we're going to do it to make it correct and make it work.
Fantastic. Okay, so so the work finishes on last season. We can kind of box that off now. So the summertime is going to be busy for yourself and Doug and everybody else involved with the club. Doug is obviously going to be looking at the on ice, the recruitment of players and everything else. So where's your focus as an ownership team? What sort of things are you going to look at? What sort of things are you looking to maybe implement or maybe even improve on last season?
Housing obviously is the first point where we are looking at. You know, we're actively meeting various people to see what we can do, see what options we have available to the club. It's a restart. You know, so we're looking back at equipment. Obviously, we've done it all last year, but we're looking at equipment suppliers and deciding which route we want to go down this year. We've had meetings with obviously Anthony, the physio, and to put something in place so that we can sort of put the physio and the healthcare of the players. Meetings with Buckingham University with regards to doctors, to have actually a club doctor that will look after the players during the week, as opposed to just on match nights and stuff like that. So it's just a case of putting various things in the club together, sponsorships, looking at what sponsorships we have, and you know who we could sort of target for this season. And look at season tickets have been phenomenal. You know, they've gone on sale and the response has been amazing.
We were talking about this earlier. Obviously, the season ticket take up so far has been absolutely, I won't say unbelievable, but it's been absolutely fantastic. Because obviously, you good product. People want to come and see it.
Yeah, and again, that's a credit to where we were last season. At the end of this season, which is finished. You know, people were buying into it, and we've had season ticket applications from people that started watching the game in January. Come to the first game in January, bought season tickets. You know, we've done 50% of our season ticket sales so far are brand new season ticket holders, which is amazing. I mean, that's really good.
Brilliant. So all bodes well for the future. So tough for times, first season, but I guess the buzzword now as we move forward, lots of positivity, and you know, we build ready for the upcoming season.
Yeah, I think it's first season team. You know, we didn't expect to get to the playoffs. You know, we missed out, but we've had some great nights along the way. You know, we've beaten every team in Milton Keynes. You know, I think the highlight for most supporters probably will be beating Sheffield twice by good margins,
without a doubt.
You know, winning in Belfast. You know, there's not many teams that will go to Belfast and win in Belfast. You know, we've run clubs close against Sheffield, up in Sheffield, where we lost it with 18 seconds to go or something like that. You know, that night in Edinburgh, with all the supporters outside waiting for all the players. You know, after we played 3 games up there, okay, we lost the first 2, but then we won in Edinburgh. But you know, that's just little things like that. You know, we'll live with the players and live with us and live with the supporters.
I want to very quickly finish by mentioning the support over the season, because there's a lot of teams out there that would be very envious of the fan base and the way that the fan base actually supports this club. And when we talk about the amount of travelling that the team have done over the season, there's been a band of fans that have been with them, and 2 or 3 of those fans haven't missed a game all season, with the exception to the rearranged Belfast fixture. But the way the support has gone this season has been absolutely brilliant, hasn't it?
It's been amazing. I mean honestly, it's you couldn't you couldn't write it. Do you know what I mean? If you were to put a story in front of you and you would read the story about where the fans have gone to and the games and the way they get there, and it's just amazing. It's yeah. I think there'd be lots of clubs in the league, I think, that would say if we could have Milton Keynes fans, it's been envious. I think a few clubs were probably nervous about a new club coming in the league, Milton Keynes, and what the fan following would be for the away matches. And I think there'd be a few clubs looking forward to Milton Keynes coming to the next year.
Brilliant. Well, Graham, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for your time, and try and get a little bit of rest during the summer, but obviously it starts building again. Don't forget, keep up to date with Lightning TV as we go throughout the summer. We'll bring you latest signings, latest news and everything else. Go onto the Lightning website, of course, and don't forget, if you haven't got that all-important season ticket booked up for next season yet, you'll find all the details on the Lightning website. We'll see you soon.